Mile High 11, we all told you it was going to be one louder, and we have a special announcement from Higher Ground where after you hear this, you already knew you should have been here because seminars at sea level are for slackers. So you already knew you had to be in Higher Ground in September. So it's a few weeks away, and special breaking news for Mile High that the Mile High MCs are going to be sharing with you. So if you didn't already rise up, you know you want to now. And the people that rose up earlier are going to be you were very wise, showing your wisdom of taking early action. So after much conversation for many months, we have nailed down that presidential candidate RFK Jr. Yep, drum roll. Can we hear that? Is that a Ramones or is it a Motley Crue member? I don't know what it is.
It's going to get loud.
Is going to be part of the opening for Mile High 11, 2023. Mile High 11. It's hard to believe it's 11 years of Mile High. Is going to be part of the opening hours, and you want to be in your seat when we open. So if you have not reserved your seats, we're putting this out to the chiropractic community. Super thrilled that RFK Jr. is so enthusiastic about chiropractic, about healthcare freedom, that he has changed his schedule around to be at Mile High 11. So
who's coming?
RFK Jr.
Yeah. So no, just don't say RFK Jr. Say Robert F.K. Jr. is going to be there because he's talking about health freedom.
I like it.
Say it slowly.
I like
the
it.
full name, and it is amazing.
I like it.
It is. It's amazing because it's been many conversations and scheduling. He's changing his schedule to be there because he's so enthused and excited about chiropractic and how it's impacted his health. And so before I say more about that, Elise, Dr. Elise Rigney, how did this hit you when you found out about this news?
Well, I was super pumped because I was actually looking at tickets to go see him in California. And so I was already looking at buying meet and greet tickets to go see him, and to find out he's coming to Mile High, which is my stomping grounds. I'm super pumped. And also, I just kind of want to throw this out there for everyone listening. We are announcing this to you guys, to chiropractors first, before anyone in the public finds out that he's going to be coming to Colorado at that time. So I would highly recommend getting your hotel room tickets ASAP. As soon as you hear this, get it reserved. If you don't already have your Mile High tickets, get those booked, and you will want to be in your seats in the very beginning. So very beginning, Thursday night. If you're not flying in Thursday, make sure you rearrange those tickets. I know we already have some docs who have said they've rearranged without even knowing who's coming. They've rearranged their flights. So just highly recommend you guys get there, all on health freedom. And I think this is just super important, specifically for our state of Colorado too, for chiropractors in Colorado. So if you're a Colorado chiropractor, no excuse not to be there. This is going to be big.
Amen.
And I myself have never met a presidential candidate. So I'm super pumped about that too, kind of fangirling over here. So I'm excited.
I'll add something about that for Colorado before we go to another MC. RFK Jr., remember this thing that happened in 2020 that we all want to forget?
Yeah.
Okay. Just before that, he was at our Capitol testifying about vaccine concerns. Now, that is amazing that he came to our state to testify about healthcare freedom when it was under fire, and it was just before going down the whole COVID trail. This was just before that happened. And his testimony, I was in the room when he testified. It was amazing. And for someone who's in the political arena to have that position for freedom for healthcare and against big pharma and people having freedom of choice is a big thing relative to chiropractic values. in terms of freedom in this area. Dr. Patrick,
Yeah.
what were your first thoughts relative to this?
Oh, actually, I was going to bring up seeing him at the Capitol was absolutely incredible. To see like the stance that he has on healthcare freedom is just mind blowing, and in a way that is like thank you for being an advocate and a voice for having freedom over our health. And so seeing him in person, seeing him live, getting to be like in the room with the energy that is going to be there, people are going to be excited just to see him and hear him. Like, get your tickets if you haven't yet already. Like, just log on right now. You're going to see this person in person.
Yeah, 1,000%, 1,000%. Very well said, Dr. Patrick. And I got to say, Mile High, someone asked me about this. Mile High is about chiropractic. It's not about politics. It's about chiropractic.
Yeah.
Okay. And freedom for healthcare choices, such as the choice to be able to get chiropractic care, which is why we have the Mile High Foundation, and that not to be interfered with by the government is an example, right? Dr. Joel Kinch, can you share something about that, about chiropractic and the focus of Mile High?
I will tell you this, that none of the money from the foundation has gone towards this.
Correct.
None of the seminar has gone towards this. We have reached out to RFK and he was open to it, but we had to keep the separation there, and he was always in. He was always in, because chiropractic has changed some of his life. So he's all for it across the board. So what's exciting about having, I hate saying RFK Jr. because it was Robert FK Jr. Because he's a man, he's running for the presidency. It's not about Mile High. This is about exposing people to someone who cares about health freedom, someone who cares about the beneficial, outside the box, chiropractic might be there world. And it's exciting for him to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. For example, another speaker, Ben Tapper, who is also presenting, it's one of his top topics to share about as well. And Ben Tapper is also he is as focused on our principles as anyone. When I've talked to him about chiropractic, we've had him on the podcast, and at the same time, he wants to make sure people aren't having governmental influence in that. So to have someone has that focus in their campaign is really rare. I've never seen that before in anybody's focus in campaign. And I don't think, to best of my knowledge, I don't know that there's ever been a presidential candidate, active candidate. We know RFK, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has spoken at other chiropractic events. He spoke at CalGEM. I heard him say how grazing CalGEM was. He spoke at Sherman College. He credited, Dr. Rochelle flew out for that, to be there with him when he spoke at Sherman a few weeks ago. And she said how incredible he was. He credited chiropractors as being out of the box and being the renegades against the establishment. That's what he said to the Sherman students when he spoke there. So this is huge for the chiropractic students. They're going to be coming to Mile High to hear that message as well. Again, regardless of how a person's voting, it's important to have someone who's a president candidate at a chiropractic event. To my knowledge, has never happened before. I mean, as I said, he spoke at chiropractic events before, but not while he was running. So this is the first that I am aware of there, in chiropractic history. So that's huge. It puts Mile High on a national stage. It's going to, in terms of attention, and we said there was going to be one louder for sure. So, and on that note, we have to give credit. Dr. Bradley Rauch, some of you know him. You'll see him at Mile High. He was instrumental in also making this relationship, as were several other chiropractors that reached out. And so Robert F. Kennedy, Mr. Kennedy heard from several chiropractors that he had to be at Mile High, and he's doing this at his own expense to be there and to share that message with chiropractors. That I think that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead, Joel.
Yeah. So to think about this, whether he wins or not, right? You can get into presidential candidates and you win or not. If you just throw a dart, health, freedom, just throw the dart. Health, freedom, throw the dart. Health, freedom, throw the dart. Health, freedom, throw the dart. That's what it's all about. That's what your money does, is you keep throwing the dart. Sooner or later, you're going to fill up that board to where they have to acknowledge that health, freedom is what it's all about. And that's what Mile High, what RFKJ is all about. It's just do it.
Right.
Get
Right.
involved.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Simon, Dr. Simon Dove.
Geez, that's Simon.
Right. Simon Dove.
Well, Simon, he's prepared for the after party ahead of time. That's the kind of person he is. He's just prepared for the after party. And as Elise has noted in other conversations, she said, Mile High is not like other events where half the people don't go to the after party. Like, people go to the after party and they will dress up kind of like Simon is right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what most people don't know is I'm also the backup bass drummer, bass player, coordinator for Spinal Tap. So
really?
Yeah. So I just came in my gear. But this is Simon Dove, MC Simon Dove.
We're gonna have two celebrities at Mile High this year.
Well, I'm really glad that it's you're the backup bassist and not the drummer. The drummer is kind of a dangerous position for Spinal Tap.
My SI joint can't handle the drumming.
Yeah.
Anyway, when my boy Danny said it's gonna get loud, I said, let's do this. RFK, are you kidding me? That stage is going to blow up. You got to be there. I'm telling you, you heard all these great people telling you, if you haven't registered, you got to register. September 21st to 24th, Thursday. We're kicking it off like it's the grand finale, baby.
We set the goal that it was going to be one louder, because Mile High 10 people, it was over the top in terms of it was the most positively reviewed, not to give a review, but feedback that we had for any Mile High event. So we're like, how do we make this better? And we said, well, somehow we got to turn the notch just one louder, right? And not just label it 11, but like bring it up one louder, and look what happened when you put your attention on it.
Boom.
Boom.
MileHighCairoHotel.com. MileHighCairoHotel.com.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Simon, because the last I checked, which was before Labor Day weekend, there was 20 rooms left in the property. So again, like Elise said, we're mentioning this to chiropractors. It will go out to the general public, and that room only has so much capacity, and the property, the meeting room only has so much capacity, and the property only has so much capacity. So, like Dr. Elise mentioned, if you haven't reserve now, and because once the public, I'd rather chiropractors be there.
Yeah.
Thursday.
It's the new Saturday night. Thursday. It's gonna go off. You got to be there Thursday.
Okay. Does that mean the after party is Saturday or Thursday?
It might be a pre-party to the party, the pre-party.
Bring extra wigs.
Hey, we got to tell RFK to bring an instrument. He's going to jam in the band. I'm going to get the other boys out. We're going to do this.
There we go. Any last message for the Mile High audience relative to Mile High 11?
Just
Be
get
there
there.
and dress like Dr. Simon Dove or louder.
Hey, and bring your staff. Don't shortchange them, man. This is going to be mind blowing for every part of your chiropractic life. You're a chiropractor and you're coming here and you're not bringing your staff. You are shortchanging them. And that
Yeah.
just rock, dude. And we're here to rock.
Excellent. Well, I want to thank all our MCs putting the energy that they do into Mile High each year. I mean, the work that goes on behind the scenes, people don't realize, and the energy that goes in on everybody's part, my team's part. You know, we do that because we want to impact chiropractic for the better, and this is a great addition to make us help us impact chiropractic for the better. So, go ahead, Joel. You say
before you go.
Yes.
Explain again why we're here on this night. Who's showing up?
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Tell him.
There you go.
Again.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. So means you're there Thursday, September 21st. RiseUpToMileHigh.com. As I said, I don't think there. I mean, I have to ask. Someone's got to give a shout out on this to Simon Senzon and seeing the history books if that was that anywhere. If that happened. So, and I gotta say, last thing, if you've watched this the whole way through, is make sure you tag in the comments someone that you'd like to see be at Mile High with you. Okay? And we look forward to seeing everybody September 21st on Higher Ground. Keep changing spines, lives, and minds with chiropractic.
See you there.
See you there.